Hello everyone, it's Ethan from the Orlando Tourist. Today is Friday, May 31st, and we're back for another Epic Universe in-depth full construction update. It's about 10:30 right now. We got up kind of late because we got like 4 hours of sleep. We were watching the Lagoon Show test yesterday at Universal and the Hogwarts Castle Show test at like 1, 2 in the morning from the parking garage. So it was really, really cool. And now we got up. I wanted to get up a little earlier today and get some more footage, but you know, we gotta get that rest so we can keep getting videos out for you guys. But our videos here, really in depth. We usually show as many angles from the ground level as possible, and if you're a returning viewer, you know that we like to change up our views, especially in some of our last videos. So you know, where we start, like by Sand Lake Road, we won't be going over at Sand Lake Road today, just because it's always a little bit congested over there. Also, the views are cool there, but there's not much going on at the moment over there. But we're gonna show you guys some unique views in this video and possibly some new angles today as well. And we might even be doing a helicopter tour later as well. That might be a separate video, so make sure you stay tuned for stuff like that. Before we get on with our first view of Epic Universe today, I did want to establish some ground rules that, one, we do not talk about rumors on this channel. Especially with Epic Universe, we're just showing visible construction that we could see from outside the park. We're only talking about things that are officially announced, and then just whatever we could see with our own eyes. And then we're not trespassing the park. We're not going on property at all. These are all public access point, public roads. We're on a public road right now. So just to put that into perspective, if you want really good content from the sky, BioReconstruct on socials is really good for that. Wait for the car to pass, and then we're gonna probably do a helicopter tour later. And then Alicia Stella, if you want rumors and all that, definitely check out her pages. Like I said, I don't personally cover the rumors, so we're just gonna show you. Let's get right into this. Also, subscribe so you don't miss out on new videos. Our last video we did was May 2nd, when they announced all the Nintendo stuff. They've officially announced Dragons in Nintendo so far and Celestial Park. We're still awaiting an announcement on Monsters and Potter. They've announced the 2 lands, but they have not done in-depth announcement with the lands, like about the attraction names and stuff like that. So we should be getting those probably starting June, which starts tomorrow. And it's been about a month since I filmed our last video. So there's been a lot of updates, and some of them, we're gonna try to remember as many as we can remember because there's been a lot. So we're gonna try our best to show you all of them. And watch last video so you can see where we are in the progression. Make sure you see everything that's been going on so you're not missing out on the new updates. There's a lot going on over here. So first off, we have Starfall Racers, which is looking really beautiful. This morning we got some news that Starfall Racers, according to the Universal website, has changed the name to Stardust Racers. There's just, you know, it's a last minute change that they had to do, most likely for legal reasons, because we don't usually see stuff like this happen. But it's quite interesting nonetheless. And yeah, it's still a very similar name to what we had before, but Universal has not officially announced a new name, but it's found on the official website. Stardust Racers, we're going to call it from now on today's video. We'll try our best to remember, because I'm so used to calling it Starfall. We've caught Stardust dueling in our last few videos. We haven't really seen it since then. We've seen it a couple times, and then we caught it at night. So I'm gonna post those videos separate as well. But if you want to see nighttime testing or just dueling testing of Stardust, definitely check out the channel. We'll keep an eye out for it today as well. Over here we have Hiccup's Wing Gliders, which is the launch coaster for the Dragons area. And we've caught testing of this as well, and we have that in some of our videos. Center screen behind it, we have the grandstands. We'll zoom in a bit for y'all. The grandstands have been themed for the most part, and there's dragon houses that are being installed over there for the Dragon Racer Rally spinning ride. Also, the roof of the station for Hiccup's Wing Gliders has been getting shingles installed on the top. Last video, Mead Hall was almost finished removing the scaffolding from the structure. All the scaffolding has since been removed, and it's looking really beautiful with all that theming there, and the rock work looks amazing. To the left of the Mead Hall, we have the Grand Helios Hotel, and the center dome, since our last update, has changed color as they have added some new supports and stuff on the dome to help protect the glass underneath it. So they will uncover that at some point, but it's to protect it from the heat. They have like a metal covering under there as well. They've been layering it up. And then in the center, we have a new medallion that we'll get a closer look at later. And we also have a few other domes installed on the Helios. We have two on the left of the center dome, and we have a small one on the right as well. And they have one staged that I saw yesterday. We're gonna take a look at that later, that they're about to install another one. So they've been installing domes since our last update, and these domes look really nice. Also, if you notice, a lot of the green trimming paint is all there as well. Right here we have the stage show for How to Train Your Dragons. That's the Untrainable show, the Untrainable Dragon. To the left of that center screen we have the Constellation Carousel. And then over here we have the Monsters Castle, and we have the Kronos Portal, which is your main entrance to the park. That's going to be like the lighthouse for islands and the arches at Universal. The Epic Universe will have the Kronos. And then we have Nintendo over here, that's Mount Beanpole. As we look at the Kronos, you can see that this is a new structure that's been in development since our last update. This wasn't here last time. And they've worked on the front half and the back half of it, and we're waiting for the top half to arrive. And the sides are still in progress as well, but overall it's really cool that we can see that, and they're making progress really quick with the Kronos. We zoom in center screen, we have the next to the mead hall some dragon houses you can see peeking from behind it. These are themed structures that the dragons will live in, as seen in the movies. Over here we have some scaffolding at the exit of the brake run for Starfall, or Stardust, and that's center screen right there. We can also see center screen some thematic elements for the Harry Potter land, which is themed to the Ministry of Magic and Fantastic Beasts. I don't know if they're doing track work right there with the boom lift, or if they're working on like supports for the lighting. But they have someone on a boom lift over by Stardust Racers. Center screen, we also have people on the brake run for Stardust as well. Some construction workers over there walking around. It's kind of cut off, but you can see part of the comet for the entrance to Stardust right over there as well, center screen. Slightly different angle, but over here, not only can we see Nintendo, but to the left we have Donkey Kong. We're gonna zoom in for y'all, but they're installing the golden monkey statue where the water fountain's gonna be. They showed us concept art for this, and they showed it in the fly-through video and talked about it earlier in the month. But you can see some gold element being installed on the top of it, and they were starting to do some other little installations yesterday. So that's taking shape really fast, and this is a very new development happening right now. Here's a slightly different angle of the Kronos center screen. You can see some little green roof dome structures, kind of the celestial hub center of the park. And those are taking shape, and they've got like windows etched out of them as well. Lots of great stuff. You can see center screen if we zoom in, that's the Monsters Portal. We have the Wizarding World Portal, center screen right now. You can actually see it kind of behind Mead Hall. I currently cannot see the Dragon's Portal right now, but they have scaffolding on it that's mostly removed. Center screen, you can actually see Bowser's Castle being shaped right under Mount Beanpole. You can see the top turrets and spires of the castle. Turns out we can also see the portal going up for Nintendo. I just can't see it from this angle right now. We'll show you a different angle of it later. I'm gonna give you one more view from this angle. We're just gonna slowly pan to the left and zoom in. We're in a different view now, and you can actually see the Terra Luna Hotel as it's getting its tiles installed currently. Then we have the Stella Nova, which is all complete with its tiling. It's been like that for a while. As we keep panning over to the side though, we get a really cool view of some stuff. This is an elevated ground view. Over here we have Donkey Kong as they're installing some of the thematic elements to it. We're going to zoom in for you guys over here, but they're literally currently installing the top piece of the ride. They still have some scaffolding there as well as they're installing the pieces, and workers are literally there right now. You can see in the background Volcano Bay, but as we keep heading over this way, you can see Mount Beanpole center screen. Mount Beanpole looks very neat. They have a lot of props and decor on the Mount Beanpole Lake itself. To the right of it, you can see the castle peeking out with a couple more thematic elements. And then center screen over here, you can see one of the Piranha Plant animatronics covered up in a black tarp. You can see Dark Universe peeking out center screen, but most of it's blocked from this angle. You can barely see some of the portal for monsters there, and they're lifting stuff up with the crane in Nintendo Land right now. Zoom in on that for y'all. It really looks like some sort of like Mario Kart tire element, but it looks neat. Also, this Donkey Kong crane is massive, but as we head around, zoom in center screen, we have the Dragon Pan-Asian restaurant, or Pan-Asian fusion. It's, yeah, the Blue Dragon though. It's really cool looking restaurant. I'm excited for it. They announced this as part of Celestial Park. I love Asian food, and the theming on that's actually coming along very nicely. It's tucked away in the back of the park. Then we have the Grand Helios Hotel, and you can basically see the full hotel from here. A lot of the glass has been installed. The theming is coming along very nicely. I can't wait for that dome to be uncovered. The crane behind it to the right recently moved, and they might be pulling up that dome really soon. We might be able to see that get installed today. Another dome. Right in front of the hotel on the bottom, we have the Celestial Carousel. That's really cool. We're gonna get a nice view of that from the top of that. Center screen, we have the Kronos, the entry portal. To the right, we have some other cool stuff going on. You can see we have the Dragon's Portal, which doesn't really have scaffolding anymore. And then to the right of that, we have the entrance to Starfall. And then we also have crews working on one of the new Dragon windmills. So yeah, this windmill is new since our last update as part of the How to Train Your Dragon Land. And we've actually caught it testing from a few different angles. We're going to show you guys those clips later as we show you different angles of that later. But it looks like they're working on improving the windmill right now. And they got a crew on the boom lift. So yeah, it's really neat. Right next to the windmill on the bottom, you can see the tops of the big statues that you're going to see when you enter the Dragon Land. You can see the second launch for Stardust Racers. I don't see any trains on the track, but above it we have the Wizarding World. And you can see the chimneys, tops of the buildings and stuff, and some decorative themed elements. So it's looking really nice, and most of it looks complete. We don't really get a good view inside that land. Also in the background, you can see like a lot of Universal Orlando Resort, like Doom just went up, you got Hulk back there, and this way behind Stardust we have Rocket. Center screen, we have the Untrainable Dragon, and we have the meat hall behind it. In the background, we'll zoom in, you can see a lot of dragon houses in the area. A lot of themed dragon things. Now we have Stardust Racers over here, we'll pan around. Really cool view of that. Center screen, we have another angle of Hiccup's wing gliders. And to the left of that, we have Dragon Racer Rally with a lot of themed dragon houses. The backdrop on the grandstands. It's really cool. A lot of the scaffolding has been removed. Lots of theming has been installed. Give you more of a zoomed in look at all that. Directly to the left of the meat hall, you can see a little water tower looking structure. That's going to be the backdrop to the Wizarding World. They have not yet themed that element yet. I don't know what they're installing, but I think it's a covered up prop. It's pretty cool. Also, haven't seen the dome come up yet, so they're working on it, I guess. At ground level over here, we have signed for Epic Universe, or Epic Boulevard. And over here, this is going to be the main parking entrance, most likely. Right now we have a lot of contractors and employees leaving and coming into the site. But yeah, here's a zoomed out look at all this. A lot of trees have been planted in the area. It looks really nice. And if we look further to the left, we have even more of the planters and stuff in place. It's really beautiful. Hopefully pretty soon we'll see some actual signage at the corners of the entrance here, just like on current Universal property. Over here we also have Constellation Way, and it's a road that you can turn onto. And right now it's obviously for team members and stuff, but this might be the road, one of the roads to get over to the Stella Nova and the Terra Luna, or other backstage areas. That sign is a little bit newer, came a few months after the Epic Boulevard one. As you can see, these planters sort of obstruct the view of Stardust and the Mead Hall. Very new planters over here though. And here we have a dead-on view center of the Grand Helios Hotel. This is from ground level. It looks really beautiful. They're still working on that dome. It should be staged behind it. And you can see Mount Beanpole to the left. And some of Bowser's Castle. From the roadside view, you also get another view of Donkey Kong. But we're about to get a closer look at that. As we take a closer look down Constellation Way, it looks like most of the road is currently blocked off, except for those leaving. And it goes somewhere onto the site, or behind it. So it's pretty cool. Over here you can see the side of the mead hall, some sticks poking out, which is from the Dragon Racer Rally grandstands. See that new windmill, and you can see Stardust Racers in the background. Pan over, that's the part of the station sticking out there. Then you have the portal for Potter. And you have some Nintendo stuff over here. And we have the Helios right here mixed with Nintendo. You can actually see some of those domes. They look really nice. And that's the ballroom looking. It looks like the ballroom, and it's got some details on the glass as well. Here's a better angle of all that, less obstructed. And the medallion centered there. We'll get a closer look at that in a minute. And then we can also see Donkey Kong, which is also kind of blocked by a crane right here. Here's another slightly different angle of the Stardust Racers. You can see it right there. Beautiful. You see the Dragon's Portal over here, and then to the left you see a little water tower structure I was telling you about. It's kind of poking out the trees. Over here you can actually see the Chronos center screen from ground level. We're about to get a little elevated view. You can see the Potter mural right there, and some of Potter right there. Then we have the Atlantic restaurant, but like I said, we're about to get a little bit elevated of the view, and it's going to be much better than this. And there's one more look at Donkey Kong and the Helios from this angle. So we have a slightly elevated view over here. We're going to zoom into that mural for you guys. It's part of Potter along with all those buildings there. And we have the Atlantic restaurant, which a lot of the windows have recently actually been uncovered here. So we're staring right at the front of the restaurant. You see the glass there, and the part of Stardust Racers on the left, where they duel, they pass right next to it. And that's part of the station to the left of the restaurant. You can see the comet sticking out. And then the rest of the station's over here with the green roof. And we have the Dragon's Portal there. Like I mentioned, there was some scaffolding last time we were here on the Dragon's Portal, but that's all been removed. If we zoom into the Dragon's Portal, it's actually my mistake. It looks like we still have some scaffolding on the bottom of it, but most of it's removed. They're most likely doing minor touch-ups there. But yeah, we have Stardust Racers here. Lots of the layout. And then we have the Chronos center screen. Let's zoom into the Chronos for y'all. Right here we'll insert a video of them welding part of the front of the Chronos the first day they were installing it. Yeah, so that was pretty neat. And then over here, we're gonna play some Stardust Racer clips for you guys. We'll play a couple runs of it from this angle during the day and then at nighttime. So that's really neat, and we have a full video of day and night testing posted along with many other angles of Stardust. We also seen Stardust racers from that other view that we previously had where we were facing Helios from a higher elevated view. This windmill has been testing a lot in the Dragon's Land. It's been spinning. We found it a couple nights doing it, so we'll post a couple. We'll insert the clips right here of it testing. Yeah, so that's really cool to see. I'm glad they're already testing this windmill. And then center screen, we have some dragon houses right there. We'll zoom in for y'all to see those. Pretty neat looking. Actually, right there next to the dragon house, that looks to be a new logo. I haven't seen that yet. That's pretty neat. It's probably like the top of a restaurant. And I know the windmill is actually the top of one of the restaurants that they announced. Love how there's so many details in the Dragon's Land, and you can see a lot of these little domes peeking out from the center of the park. There's also some giant cranes on site today. Mead Hall looks really sexy from the side, and it's got some really great details. It's got some wood beams sticking out the front, and as you can see, last time we had scaffolding on the bottom from this view. No more scaffolding, so the Mead Hall is complete, mostly. Lastly, over here at the Hiccups Wing Glider Station, the roof, you can see some shingle work is still being done on this side of the station. The other side looks mostly complete at the moment. Also, the Kronos is, you can see that there's like a yellow bar to help it like structurally support and just stand and be stable while they're waiting for the rest of the structure. They were gonna probably have glass, I would assume, but this is just the front side and the back side so far. It's already looking really nice. Here's the show building for the Untrainable Dragon stage show. Looks like they have a crane overhead the building, so they're moving stuff around the other side. Even though we've seen ride testing like the last few weeks, we haven't really seen anything today yet. So usually it happens in the evening, but we'll keep you guys posted. Sometimes stuff happens throughout the day, you never know. Right now we have a ground level look at that same view we just had with the portal for dragons. You have Stardust, the Kronos, the Mead Hall, and that windmill that's kind of blocked right there. Over here we have a straight on view of Donkey Kong. As you can see, we have bananas sticking out on the left and right side of the monkey. You can see they're like a gray color right now. And then we have the gold outline going in place. There's scaffolding there, and then there's like a white ovular thing towards the bottom of the structure, which is a water pipe, because that's going to be a fountain, as they showed in the concept art. To the left, and right there, you can see the barrel poking out. Riders will launch through the Donkey Kong barrel, so that's going to be really cool to see. Looks like they've also tried covering up some of the I guess they're not bananas, they might actually be like palm trees on the side, but they've tried covering some of that up already. Like a black tarp on the Donkey Kong stuff. Over here we have one of our closest views of the Helios Grand Hotel with that new white covered dome. And we have the two domes, one's in front of the other one, the little one here. Then we have one on the other side. So we have those new domes. They look really nice, and they have little lights on the top of them. And then we have that medallion in the center, which we had before, but now we have a sun ring around it. That's just really cool, because Helios means like sun in Greek, or it means like the center of the universe, or how the planets traverse. But I love how they've incorporated that with the kind of, you know, astronomical theme going around the park with all the galaxy stuff. But this is really cool looking, and the Helios looks amazing. From this angle, we also get a great view into Dark Universe at the manor over there. In the bottom left, there's a little shack which has a windmill. This manor has so much scaffolding on it, and the top is not there. It's not in place quite yet. I can't wait for that to be installed. But they're working hard on adding touch-ups to it, repainting, and yeah, this manor looks amazing. Over here we have the roundabout that's going in as part of the Orange County and Kirkman Road thing. It's the flyover, the giant roundabout that's elevated. They're working on it, and as you can see, center screen, they've actually started like putting road structures, supports, so they're gonna start paving very soon. We saw like some construction vehicles driving on this the other day. So this is taking shape very quickly, and the Kirkman Road expansion will help guests and team members get from the current Universal Resort that's about 15 minutes away over to Epic Universe. And it's going to be right next to the new hotels as well. Something I want to mention real quick is that Universal has actually put out some brand new Epic Universe merch. They're in City Walk right now. We haven't bought any of it. I feel like we should definitely get a shirt at least and start repping that during these videos. Let me know down in the comments below if you want to see that. They're also working on the Epic Universe Preview Center. They just announced that this week, that it's going to open this June. So June starts tomorrow. My guess it's going to be the end of June, like the June 25th. And that means you're probably also going to get 2 more lands announced this month. Most likely Monsters and Potter. More in-depth announcements about them. But I'm super excited. That means we're going to have a lot more videos this June coming out regarding those announcements. And yeah, merchandise, they're gonna have a bunch in that store, so we'll probably go crazy with the merchandise there. And I don't know if we've shown you the merch. We'll show you a couple clips in this video actually, but I think we might have shared it in another vlog. So make sure you stay tuned to all that content. We'll show you some of the merch right here though. And it looks like it's over here, kind of in the middle of the store, right across from the checkout counters. We have our Epic Universe merch. There's some lanyards here, double-sided of course. Looks like, I believe it's about $12. We have lanyard pouches. These are $8. We have some freestyle cup holders with the lanyards attached. These are $16. We have our shirts that can be found in the Passholder Lounge that we've already showed you guys. And that's only open till 4 o'clock. We have some Toothless merchandise. We got a hat, a little wallet purse thing. Wallet purse is $55. The hat is $24. We have also the shirt and the mug in the Passholder Lounge already. Over here we have some new merchandise. We have a patch they're selling. It's $15 for the patch. We have a Spirit jersey, and there's nothing on the other side. We do actually have the logo on the other side here, and it is $75. We also have the brown shirt here, nothing on the back, and this is $37. We have this shirt that was in the Passholder Lounge as well. This is a really cool hat. The hat is $27. And we have some really cool pins. You see it's Isle of Berk themed. So we got some magnets, and we have an ornament. Ornament is $15. Looks like the magnets are pretty heavy, and this is really good quality packaging. $14. And each of these pins, this one's Toothless at $10. Really good price for a pin. This one here, the 2 dragons, is $11. And this is Toothless Flying, also at $10. And then we have the pendants, which are also in the Passholder Lounge. Or these lanyard pouches, which are like a leather material, for $12. It's really neat, and it looks like there's a little keychain up there as well. And then we have our How to Train Your Dragon lanyards, which I'm assuming are about $12 as well. How to Train Your Dragon Isle of Berk. You get the Viking statues. Some insane detail on the lanyards. We don't have Nintendo merch here, even though we already got Nintendo announced. But I'm really happy to see that we have new Epic Universe merch. The merch looks amazing. I definitely have to get some of those lanyards. The How to Train Your Dragon pins look really good. And of course the Epic Universe shirt looks really good. Also, like I've stated, with the in-depth announcements, we've gotten one so far for Dragons and Celestial Park and Nintendo. Nintendo was last week in last video, and we actually covered that for you guys. So if you want a really in-depth announcement of everything Nintendo has to offer, definitely check out that video. Same with Dragons and Celestial. And actually, we also got one for the hotels over here, for the Stella Nova and the Terra Luna Resort. So if you want to see some in-depth footage about everything this has to offer, including some fly-through videos and stuff, you can look at my social media pages in the description, or just check out my other videos. We talk about everything you need to know about the hotels that Universal revealed. As far as the in-depth announcement for the Stella Nova, Terra Luna go, they didn't go super in-depth about the Grand Helios, but they did talk about it when they announced Celestial Park. If you want to stay at a more expensive and more bougie hotel with better benefits and connected to the park, that's going to be the Helios Grand Hotel. Stella Nova, Terra Luna are really cool looking, but this thing looks amazing here. The rooms will be expensive. And speaking of the Stella Nova Resort, let's get a closer view at some of the construction going on over here. Let's get a closer look at the Stella Nova Resort over here. As you can see, all the tiles have been in place for a while now. These little white tiles light up at night. We've seen lighting tests at night already. The whole base of the hotel is colored in purple. It had a blue primer at one point. It's really good. All the windows are pretty much in place. And over here, last video, this is the lobby entrance check-in. We have some windows there and a purple ring that kind of outlines it. Last video, I believe this ring was actually blue, as that was its primer color. Great to see that fixed up now. And this edging here was in place, and now this is all framed, but now they've installed a lot of this curved like edges here. And this side, on the other side right here, still waiting for that installation to be complete. Here's a better look at that lobby entrance and drop-off point right here. It's really cool. We haven't got theming on this yet, just the cover here. But I like the round shape it has. It's very nice and very sleek. Now, instead of walking by the hotels, we're actually going to save some time and drive by and, you know, film some stuff. And you can see a quick, like, pass by of the hotels and the construction. So we're going to show you guys the Stella Nova from the other side of the hotel, and then we'll show you a couple clips of the Terra Luna as well from different angles. Sorry if it's been windy out today. It might be a little hard to hear me in today's video because of the wind. But over here, here's a side profile of the Helios Grand Hotel. I think the dome is still sitting on the floor, the one we're waiting for. But you can see the Monsters Castle really nicely over here. Lots of scaffolding from the side there. And still waiting for that top piece to be installed. You can see Stardust Racers behind it. And you can see one of these spinning coasters here that we've seen test. Hasn't officially been announced yet. Then we have this windmill here with the shack that also hasn't done, I haven't seen any spinning tests on it quite yet. And we're still waiting for the announcement of that building as well. Behind it you can see the Celestial Carousel in the background behind some trees where the crane is kind of pointing at. And then we have the Dragon's Portal with the Mead Hall, which looks really cool from this angle. You see that little windmill and dragons. And then you have Nintendo stuff, and you can see not only Mount Beanpole from a cool angle, but some pyramids. You can also see Bowser's Castle peeking over. And then we have Donkey Kong over here. It's kind of obstructed this view, but you can see the barrel in place, and then that top right there with the scaffolding in the top right of the screen, where they've been installing some stuff earlier today. It's really cool. We're about to get a better angle of all this though. Here's a cool angle at the Stella Nova. From the other side of it, you can see it's got a lot of trees there. You can see some of the pool area down there. Lots of trees planted, and you can see the white building behind it's where they have the bar area. It's really cool. Or that's actually the bar area right there. But look at all those trees planted. We also got a little video from the road, and you can see there's a lot of trees. If we show you a little clip from that. A lot of trees by that pool area and the amenity side. To the right, we have the Stella Nova, which the lobby entrance is coming along. A little bit different style entry, more square shaped. And they have a lot more tile to get on this side of the building, but we're working around it. And the other side, we started to go around it as well. And then this is the pool side as well, facing the road. You got a building there, and not as much work has progressed, but they've installed a lot of glass since our last update on this. Over here we have that ramp going from the Kirkman Road expansion. As you can see, it goes up like a highway ramp. And as it keeps going, it actually forms a little road, like a support for it. And it continues up the bridge supports. And it's going around and it stops right there. So they're working on this fast, and pretty soon we're going to be able to drive on this road to get from each property of Universal and just to drive around. This slightly different angle, you can see some more stuff going on. A little bit of the station looks a little bit obstructed because they've planted a lot more trees. Over by Stardust, you can see the Dragon Racer Rally right over there. Look at that carousel. You can see the mead hall. If we zoom into the bottom of the mead hall, you can see two Viking statues in white. They haven't really received their color or full theming quite yet. Nintendo's looking amazing, especially Donkey Kong. Center screen, we have some scaffolding up as they paint one of the circular medallion element there. And then we have a little metal hut going into there as well. That's either for like a meet and greet or like a snack stand. To the right, we have the barrel riders are going to launch through. We have that scaffolding that we saw this morning that topped off center screen. And then to the left of the barrel, it looks like there's an element there for water to flow out of, like continuation of the waterfall. Really cool. Those are all new additions to the site. Lots of amazing theming at Donkey Kong. This ride looks amazing. I've actually seen it test a lot at night, and I'm hoping we can catch it during the day at some point. We'll play a night testing clip here. We have a lot of footage already though. It looks amazing at night. Like I said, we're gonna see if we can catch any like sunset tonight for Donkey Kong. Possibly, hopefully. Slightly different angle of the Helios over here, but that dome I've been talking about is right here. It's staged on the ground. I don't know if they're lifting it up right now, but it looks like they have it propped up on the crane and they have the topper on it too. So that thing's about to go in the air and go onto the dome at any minute. This castle's also looking just beautiful. So is Stardust. See that comet in the front of the station right there. Also with the monster spinning coaster and the Dragon Racer Rally in the background. You can also see the grandstands peeking out in the background center screen. We have that shack again, and then we have the carousel and the mead hall from a little bit more of a front angle. If we zoom into that Viking again, you can see him more straight on with another part of the carousel, which is where you enter it. Something I've recently noticed in front of the windmill, if we zoom in, that's actually the portal for Nintendo. You can see the metal beam sticking out. They're gonna decorate that and add more of that soon. I don't think that's exactly a new thing, but it's something I've recently discovered, so it's really cool. Yeah, these metal poles, the Nintendo portal, literally just like 3 metal poles just sticking up, but that's the portal. If we zoom into the monster scaffolding, you can see a lot of workers on site working hard. I haven't seen the spinning coaster test yet today. We usually test a lot though. Over here for the rest of Nintendo, you can see some icy theming to the left of Mount Beanpole. You can see Bowser's Castle to the right, and a piranha plant sticking out in between them. It's covered in a black tarp. Then we have a straight-on view of Donkey Kong, as you can see that like metal shack structure and the scaffolding for that like center ring piece. They're working on painting that. But yeah, it's really open air from here. The barrel, or the launch, the lift hill. You see that new theming from the left and the right of the barrel. And if we zoom in center screen, that's a train poking out of the station right now. In our last video when we had this view, we actually had a beautiful sunset view. So if you want to see how it glows during golden hour, you might want to check out that video. Here's a centered ground level view of that same scaffolding area with the hut that we just showed you guys. And like I've been saying, we've been getting a lot of new trees planted over here, so the view's gotten a lot more floral. Less stuff we could see, but that's really good for the land. We were taking a little break at SeaWorld, doing some stuff over there, and they have a lot going on event-wise. We're back getting some more epic stuff today. And that looks like they're installed more of the monkey head now. I'm not quite sure though. But this is a brand new angle, a new view for us. We're gonna get another view of Donkey Kong later and see if in fact that is a new spot, like a new piece added. The crane looks like it's holding it in place. And we have Starfall, or Stardust in the background. Pretty cool perspective of it. This view's pretty neat. So that's the Terra Luna right there. As we pan over, we have Donkey Kong, Nintendo, and Stardust. And then we have the Stella Nova right across the street. This is really cool of it all. Zoom out a little bit. All fits in frame. I don't see too much going on though, it's just a unique angle, it's pretty cool. Also, it is very windy out now today, so it might be very hard to hear me today. So I apologize about that. We just caught Stardust do one test run. We missed the first half and it got stuck in the second launch because it was taking a while. But it was only sending one train. We just caught that. Obviously we're not going to keep watching it from here. We're going to mix up our views and go elsewhere. Here's another new angle. We have the Helios Hotel. We have the Monsters Castle. Then we have Terra Luna over here. You can see that glass by the lobby there. Looks really good. And that's actually by the amenity side. You can see all the glass installed and all the trees there on Terra Luna's side. And then over here, you can see a bit of Stardust. It actually just went over. Celestial Spin, I think that's the other track. And then we have Stella Nova, which has a lot of trees on the amenity side. It looks really nice. Right across the street from where we are, we have a new plot of land over here. Under construction. It's called Catchlight Crossings. It's going to be affordable housing, and part of the land is owned by Universal, so a lot of team members are going to live here. It's almost like a Disney Celebration type situation, but since it's run by Universal partly, we're over here videoing it for y'all. Pretty cool. You see alongside the road of Destination Parkway, and we have another angle of those hotels, and you can really see Stardust and Donkey Kong right there. Pretty cool. See if we can catch our test run. And we got the hotels here. So it looks like Starfall's not dueling right now, but they're sending trains back to back, alternate side. So it seems like they've tested yellow a couple times. I don't think they've been testing green today, so it's just yellow and yellow so far that I've noticed. Finally caught another test run. It was a while in between that, but we just took photos of that last run. Now let's try out another spot. We have a new view over here, starting with the Helios, kind of the back right corner of it. But if we pan over, we have Starfall, or Stardust actually, my bad, with, still trying to get used to the name. We have the Monster Manor in front of it. We're gonna zoom in for you guys. But yeah, it's really cool looking. You can actually see the station of Starfall Racing on screen. As we pan around, you can see dragons, see the grandstand and stuff. We have a really good look at that Constellation Carousel. It's also very windy right now. The carousel looks amazing. And then if we keep going over to the right, we have some dragon houses. And we have the mead hall and the dragon's portal. You can actually say the base of the mead hall has got some like wood, like a door. That's gonna be the entry to the actual portal. Looks amazing. And then we pan over. You can see where they're gonna house the portal entry for Nintendo. And then we have some stuff in Nintendo right there. You can see Mount Beanpole right there. A lot of details added there. As we keep panning over, we can see Donkey Kong. And it looks amazing. It's very bright on the site. Golden hour is in full effect right now. But yeah, Donkey Kong's not testing right now. I don't know if it'll test today. I'm hoping it will though, because I need daytime footage. But you can really see it at a good angle over here. And yeah, I think that monkey thing's installed. You should probably check that out from a different view. It's super windy right now, but I just love being able to see the Constellation Carousel from this angle. I haven't really been able to get many good angles off of Constellation Carousel. Yeah, Nintendo's looking splendid. A lot of progress at the Donkey Kong site today, just no testing at the moment. It's a really nice place out though. Let's see if we can catch a Starfall run from over here. Stardust just went, it's going right now. So you just cut the last half of it right there. There's a ton of dirt flying around the Epic site right now. We drove by it and it's just crazy. But you can see more of Stardust and some other stuff more unobstructed over here. So you can catch a test run from here now. I like this view a lot actually. It's been very windy right now. I personally don't think they're going to send a train for a bit, maybe because of wind. I don't even know if we can do a helicopter tour today because of how windy it is. It's pretty crazy. Now made it to our last stop of the evening. As you can see, center screen is that water tower structure. All these buildings here are show buildings for the Potterland and attraction. But to the right we have Starfall, there's Stardust. And then we have Helios, which looks like it's got another dome now. That dome to the left of the center dome is the new one that was just placed today. As you can see, the crane is still hovering over that as well. Really cool to see that. Center screen right here, if we zoom in, we can actually see the front of one of the Viking statues when you enter the How to Train Your Dragon portal. You can also see the portal right there. Center screen right here, you can actually see the windmill in that Dragon's Lake as well. As we pan around, you can see the top of the castle for monsters, and you can see what seems to be the spinning coaster and the little shack with the windmill on it. As we look at Nintendo, we have a lot of blue backgrounds going in for like some of the ice backgrounds. Maybe let's take a closer look. So I don't know if that's a thwomp covered up or not. There's some covered up piranha plants that I could see. So it's pretty neat. All the way to the right, we can see both of the little hotels together. These hotels look amazing. Vibrant they are. They just look amazing. I want to stay there so bad. The Stella Nova and the Terra Luna on the right. You see both of these statues. A better look at that same kind of entry of the park. It's pretty cool that you can see it sticking out all the way back here. Really neat. All I know is that show building for Potter is absolutely massive, so they are hiding some surprises in that attraction. I cannot wait to experience it. See all 4 domes here now. They definitely added an extra dome today. It looks like the monkey facade is definitely there for the fountain. The face is pretty much there, which means scaffolding should come down very soon. That's going to do it for our Epic Universe update today. I don't know if this is update 7, maybe 8. I don't know. We've been doing a lot of them. And it's been really hot out today. And we were bouncing back and forth between here and SeaWorld getting content. And we tried some new spots out today. Visited some really amazing ones, some old ones. And we got you guys some ride testing footage from earlier in the week that we've already showed you guys. And we caught some today. But yeah, I've had an amazing time filming this video today. I always have a blast filming these updates. And there's just a lot going on since our last update. And I have a feeling this June, because of the Epic Preview Center, we're going to be doing a few more of these videos when they announce some other lands. So definitely stay tuned and subscribe so you do not miss out on those. And we'll be updating our social medias as they post stuff as well. Yeah, it took us hours to film this video today. Like 3-4 hours to get all this content because we've been everywhere around town, around the perimeter. And we might go check on that helicopter tour now. So if we do the helicopter tour, we'll post some clips in here in this video, like after this clip. But if we don't do any of that, make sure you just stay tuned because we will do one in the near future. But either way, we're gonna have a separate video out there for the helicopter tour. So we're not gonna post the full thing in this video. And also, we're gonna be seeing if we can get any testing tonight, if we get more ride testing or any Donkey Kong or anything, or if we see any lagoon testing at Universal or anything like that, we'll post it in today's video. We're gonna be in the lookout tonight, so it'll be after this clip. But yeah, that's gonna do it for us today. So thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you check out the description where you can find all my social media channels. Make sure you stay tuned to Universal's website, and make sure you subscribe so you don't miss out on future videos. Give this video a like, and then you know, comment. You know, what land are you most excited for at Epic, or what changes that we noticed today were the most surprising for you. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you stay tuned to me on social media. I have the handle Ethan Hershaft for TikTok, Threads, Twitter, Instagram, and then we have at Florida Theme Park Pics for another Instagram page of mine. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. We'll see you guys in the next one.
Look at that.
That's not an aeroplane. That's either a very small sun or it's a rocket.
Oh wow, look at that.
So cool. And it looks like it's going really slow. My camera makes it look rubbish. Sorry, that's not that camera.
It'll clear the windows, the glass.
Yeah. It does. They almost look like a moving cell now, doesn't it?